Runners circling at the starting point here prior to our penultimate race of the afternoon at Great Yarmouth. We're up in trip, aren't we? A staying handicap on the way. Mersey Island at the back there proving a little bit stubborn for Billy Loughnane. Not too keen to go round the corner into the back straight. The rest of the runners have assembled down at the starting point. Itraq, the favourite. I mean, she's very interesting, isn't she? Because she's a Shadwell runner, Haggis Marquand, in a pretty weak race. 5-4 at the top of the betting. 4 starts, up in trip a little further today. Finished third at Sandown over 1.25 miles last time. There's bits and pieces of form, and she wouldn't have to be incredibly special to win this off a mark of 67. Second in King's Castle. Well, we know much more about him. He's an 8-time winner. Taryn Langley riding for David Simcock. Was third of 5 here over 1.6 miles last time, so dropping back in distance. And had 2 wins earlier in the summer over 1.25 miles at Fosslas and also Sandown. Ethel Wolf is one of the handicap first-timers in the race for John and Thady Gosden. Hasn't really shown much so far. He's been pretty moderate, but obviously more could be coming now with a mark of 67. Sort of same comments apply to Suitcase Smith in that regard. And also you could chuck Potter's Marmot into that mix as well. She hasn't really done much to date. Been beaten double digits on all of her starts. Johnny was the market springer earlier. He has had a run in a handicap, but he finished 5th of 9, beaten 14.5 lengths. So he'd need much more than that. The man in the saddle, though, Pat Cosgrave, is in form. 2 winners here and been riding well here all season long. About to load the first of the field forwards here. It's going to be Mersey Island, who's been a bit awkward at times round behind the stalls. Billy Loughnane looking for a second winner today. Gone in. Suitcase Smith will be the next one forwards. Itraq 11-10 on the off. King's Castle goes up. Itraq coming forwards as well. Best turned out winner, Potter's Marmite, Johnny. Behind in the checks and also waiting for Ethel Wolf. Potter's Marmite comes in. Final pair. Ethel Wolf and Johnny together. Set. They're off. Jumping away over 1 mile, 3.5 furlongs. This is the winningpost.co.uk free racing tips handicap. Itraq from the stalls deliberately restrained and crossing to the back end of the order. So Tom Marquand wanting quite a bit of early cover. He's managed to actually get to the running rail in behind Suitcase Smith, who's keen. Up top, it's Johnny with the advantage. The checks of light blue and yellow with Mersey Island a little deeper. And behind them, Suitcase Smith, who continues to over-race in 3rd position. Ethel Wolf, till that one's outside running in 4th. Then we have Itraq, who's made a little progress on the inside there, running in company with King's Castle. And Potter's Marmite, one of the handicap newcomers, at the back end of the order now in the hands of Jack Callan. Working towards the end of the back straight, they'll soon be taking the left-handed turn out of the fast side. It is Johnny. Just narrowly from Mersey Island, who's applying some pressure. Got the visor on for the first time here today. Suitcase Smith still close behind them in 3rd with Ethel Wolf, the dark blue and white in 4th. Itraq is next, slightly over racing now down the order for Marquand. Racing there with King's Castle and Potter's Marmite and Jack Callan still continue to be last of the 7 runners as they're about to take this big old swing into the top of the straight. In the winningpost.co.uk free racing tips handicap contest. Johnny with the advantage, Cosgrave in search of his 3rd winner on the card. From in 2nd, Mersey Island. Suitcase Smith is still close up in behind them for 3rd with Ethel Wolf running in 4th. Trapped a little, Itraq at the moment will need some gaps to appear with King's Castle, the 8-time winner, trying to come up sides and keep that one penned to the rail, and Potter's Marmite is still a further couple away in behind as they now work onwards to the final 3 furlongs. A little over to cover. Johnny in front now asked for more. Mersey Island is trying to move up sides. The front pair now starting to really race as they trap on down to the 2. Ethelwolf a couple back, then Suitcase Smith. Itrarch looks in all sorts of bother down the order. Then King's Castle and Potter's Marmite. No impression from rear. Johnny is still in front here and bounding on. Heading to the final furlong. Johnny is going clear. 3 lengths the advantage now from Mersey Island, then Ethelwolf and also Itrarch, who's staying on a bit late in the day. Well, where's Johnny? Johnny is in front. Off and clear. Cosgrave with a third on the card. Beats Ethelwolf in second. Mersey Island finished in third. Then we have Itrarch, King's Castle, Suitcase Smith, and finally Potter's Marmite.